Hello folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another Pioneer video. This video is sponsored by TopDeck, and we'll take a look at them after round one. Alright, full disclosure here, none of the Pioneer videos have gone live at the time that I'm recording this, so I have no idea whether or not you like Pioneer or not, but I really enjoyed the two leagues that I've played, so I'm gonna play another. And I really enjoyed playing a Nykthos list last time around, and so I figured I'd give it another go. And I saw this Green Devotion deck list and figured it would probably be pretty fun for the channel. So on the off chance that you don't know Nykthos, you choose a color and you add an amount of mana of that color equal to your devotion of that color. Our goal here is to create a very large number of green pips and go huge on mana. So we have a number of mana dorks here that will kind of help us accomplish that goal. And Wolf Willow Haven is kind of an honorary mana dork because it gives us a green pip and is like a Utopia land sort of thing, like a Utopia Sprawl type card. So it's kind of good on two different axes in that regard. And we're ultimately looking to ramp into cards that look like this. So Cavalier of Thorns is a 5/6, and it's part of that M20 cycle. So when it ETBs, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Put a land from among them onto the battlefield, the rest into your graveyard. And when it dies, you can exile it. If you do, you put another target card from your graveyard on top of your library. So it is a fatty that ramps you a little more and gives you a little bit of value, a little bit of selection when it dies. We have Nissa, who shakes worlds, which occasionally does see play in the Legacy. And again, with the number of forests that we have, doubling the mana is very real. And one of the big cards in this deck is Storm the Festival. It's 6 mana, which is a lot, but it also has flashback for 8, so value. With the top 5 cards of your library, you can put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. So the idea is you play this, you get a ton of mana, you activate your Nykthos, you flash this back, and you just kind of go, 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 go. And we have some additional card draw in this deck, and notably, this thing can also untap a permanent, right? A permanent, just any permanent, So, this can sometimes draw us cards with things like the Old Growth Troll or the Cavalier of Thorns, but it also just can be more mana ramp. And as far as the rest of the deck goes, we have a pretty large Karn package. So this isn't going to be like Legacy, where you get to just Mycosynth Lattice Lock your opponent after playing a card. The stuff that's here is more fair. You can use it to hit a land drop. You can use it to get a piece of removal that can also be a win condition. You can use it to try to lock your opponent out of the game in a slightly more fair way. And this is the one that took me a minute, because I didn't realize there was a backside to this card when I was first looking at it. So because Karn lets you minus and reveal an artifact card, you can get Pestilent Cauldron. Ignore the front side of this, okay? We don't have black pips. Well, okay, technically we have an Overgrown Tomb. But it's the backside of this we want. So you can minus your card, get this, and then return 2 target creature, lands, and or planeswalker cards from your graveyard to your hand. So there's going to be some cases where you minus Karn, killing Karn, pick this up, get back Karn and a Cavalier or something. And it's just going to be kind of cute. And then there's a few other random tutor targets for this as well. The one thing I really can't figure out in the sideboard and just looking at the deck is Kenrith's Transformation. So it's 1 and a green, enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. And the enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green elk with base power and toughness 3/3. So it's like an Oko activation that cantrips, kind of. And I'm not sure what this is for. I'll probably figure it out over the course of the league, but I'm not sure if that's supposed to throw these into real threats while drawing a card, or if it's supposed to answer very specific creatures that this deck has a problem with, or what. I don't know as of right now, and maybe I'll figure it out later. We also do just have a tiny bit of removal in the sideboard, but we're mostly just looking to go bigger than the opposing deck. I think that's all I have to say here. Let's go ahead and jump on into the league. If you're new here and you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing. And if you're a regular, please throw me a like before this video begins. This is the easiest way to support my content for free. As I'm new to Pioneer, comments about deck names and other things that I should have on my mind are very, very much appreciated, more so than in regular videos. All right, let's battle. Alright, I'll go ahead and keep my opening hand here. I have a decent mix of lands and spells. I have a little bit of ramp. And we'll kind of see how this goes. Alright, I do need to remind myself which way this works. If you control 2 or more other lands, it enters the battlefield tapped. Okay. I can play that on turn 2. Do I just want to Oath on turn 1, though? I just want to Oath on turn 1. Just to increase my devotion count. Alright, Karn or land. I have 3 land drops already. Plus these. I'll just take the Karn. So I think that's relatively close, because like I do just want to keep hitting land drops. I don't know what I am playing against. Like, planes into no creatures for a couple of turns is kind of weird to me. Off the top of my head, I do not know whether it is better to play Sylvan Caryatid or this thing. Like, because I just don't know what my opponent is doing. Oh. So there's like a Streets of New Capenna Angel that my opponent is potentially playing here. I'm just checking my sideboard for something crazy like an Ensnaring Bridge real quick. No. Okay, cool. I think I'm just going to plan on storming the Festivities next turn. So go ahead and just do this so it taps for more mana. Starts with 7 fucking loyalty? Jesus, okay. That's wild. So let's untap this. Use it to play Elvish Mystic. Okay, that's kind of gross. 7 starting loyalty for a 3-mana Planeswalker? Like, I get that it only goes down. Okay. As long as you have 7 more life than your starting life total, creatures get big. Okay, that's fine. All right, an opponent is going after my Kiora. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Storm the Festivities. Okay, I had some slightly different things in mind for this turn. We'll take a Nykthos and a Forest. Okay. So, do this. I will shock. See how much mana we're making. 5 mana. So let's untap that. Playing an Elvish Mystic is essentially free here. And then I'll add green, going up to 8 mana. And I will... Am I wrong? Oh, it's 10 for flashback. Okay, I thought it was 8. My bad. We'll figure out what we're doing with this Karn then. 1 minus. Yes. Exactly 4 mana is just like very awkward here. A bunch of my cool stuff happens at 5. I'll just grab the Meteor Golem for later. Alright, 6, then 10. Thought I was getting to that in the same turn. I could have played my turn better. I could have focused on the Karn instead. Okay. Skyclave is going to junk my Karn. And my opponent will kill my Kiora, I guess. That's reasonable. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can make it so that this taps for 6 instead. Okay. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll storm. Okay, yeah. This is more like it. All right, so let's get a Cavalier of Thorns and an Old Growth Troll. Just really increase my power. Yeah, I guess I'll put it onto the battlefield. But I'm a mana short of doing anything with it. That's okay. Like, the big thing here is that this has reach. So now my opponent's attacks aren't free anymore. Also, this Lair of the Hydra is going to be very large. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, like that thing alone is just going to be like a 2-turn clock. That's super cool. All right, what does this do? Gain a life and draw a card. Sure. And now my opponent's creatures are larger. Okay, that's fine. I need to just hit my opponent for a relatively large amount to shrink these. I don't think I'm supposed to let that die. That accelerated pretty quickly. All right, so How much mana is this? Let's start there. That's 9. I just pump everything into Lair of the Hydra. I don't think so. I think I do this and take one of these out as the starting point. Alright. Nuke 1. Then I can make a decently sized Hydra. And go ahead and crash in with that. Alright. That Hydra crashes in for 9. I think I want to hold this back since it has reach. Okay. You don't trample. That's awfully lame. Wanted you to trample. Okay. So, opponent has gained a good amount of life here. This is neat. I like what's going on. Okay. So what's my... What do I get with a Karn here? Go backside of this do again? Okay. So I can continue to just, like, make a very large Lair of the Hydra and attack with that. My issue is my opponent has just, like, so many flyers. Maybe the plan looks something like this. Minus Karn. Yes. Pick up Sky Sovereign. Play it. Use that to go ahead and shoot down one of these. And then funnel most of my remaining mana into this. So this has Summoning Sickness, so it can't attack this turn. 3, 4. Actually, I guess I care about crew 3. I guess this still crews. No, it's fine. It's a pretty respectably sized body. Oh my gosh, I just clicked too many times. Alright. This mana symbol is very close to this land card. Alright, so I will bash in with my 7/7. Alright, opponent just took that, meaning these are smaller now. Okay, what is this? Beginning of your end step. If you gain 3 or more life this turn, create a 3/3 white angel. Okay, sure. File it. Put an enlightened counter on target angel. It gains you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. What? Ah. Okay. The good news is this is currently off because of Karn. Bad news is that's quite scary. Okay. Let's go ahead and crew this. And I will make a very large Hydra. Okay, my opponent's just done with me. That's fine. I gotta watch out for that. This is super neat, though. Okay, I imagine I am sideboarding minimally in most rounds. All right, time to block the opponent in chat. I don't care about your salt. So I think I'm gonna sideboard in these Hunt the Hunters. I don't think I'm sideboarding in anything else. I've not played enough games to know what I do not want. It seems like my opponent has enough creatures that Kiora is likely to die turn or so after it comes down, especially on the draw. I'm going to try junking that. I am unsure if this is actually good enough for this matchup. I am land light here, but I have a bunch of mana dorks. I'm going to try keeping this and see how this goes. Okay. Doesn't seem... I guess there's not really a downside to just holding this. Anyway, doesn't seem like my opponent has very many good plays for the first couple of turns. Okay. Yeah, this is the one that I had in mind. Nykthos probably goes wild next turn. Alright. So, play this. 2 mana. Enchant this. I can immediately use it. Do a Llanowar Elves and an Elvish Mystic. I've accelerated just so much here. Okay. Or another angel enters the battlefield under your control. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Yeah, absolutely. This is cool. I really like what's going on here. All right. Wow, another one. Okay. Absolute, like, legacy humans energy going on right now. Okay. So, seems like Oath of Nissa is just free here. Pick up a... Actually, I'm just going to pick up a troll. I'm going to go 3 mana for the troll. 2 mana for the Nykthos. Activate the Nykthos, going up to 8 mana. play Storm the Festivities. The Nissa's not actually all that great here. I can get Kiora and, like, Cavalier. Just increase my devotion count here. Draw a card, nice. Put that land onto the battlefield. How does this read? Okay, my opponent is just done, yeah. So I was about to untap the Nykthos. I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Play Storm the Festivities again. This is fucking turn 3, folks. This is turn 3. Wow. Alright, I'm a little mana light here. I don't know that the hand is worth throwing away, though. Alright. Just like every mana source, every elf, that enchantment thing that's 2 mana that I can't remember the name of. Like, there's so many things that are just good draws here. Oh, that actually kind of picks apart the hand. Taking that Sylvan Caryatid really punches a hole in what I've got going on here. Alright. So I may kind of awkwardly sit here for a few turns now. I'll do a quick mana count in just a second. What is this? Oh, it's straight up, like, a white weenie style card. The Nykthos is actually very awkward here. I can't actually use that to play my troll. Now, this Nykthos will go ham. It absolutely will go ham in another turn or two, but I might be dead by then, right? Because, like, my opponent has a 3/1 attacker in play and is probably going to play something else aggressive this turn. Whenever one or more other creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield, draw a card. Okay, cool. So this 4/4 fat troll stops the Adanto Vanguard from attacking. But my opponent still has a flyer. And this is similar to something Mentor that drew a card whenever a creature with power 2 or less entered the battlefield. Alright, what are you? Other vampires get +1/+1. When it dies, return it transformed. Oh, cool. It's going to be like a thing that flip-flops back and forth. I like that. I go to 14 here. Okay, so I have 4 mana to work with this turn. A lot on future turns. Do you fly? You don't fly. You have reach. I think I'm just going to build my devotion count for next turn. And how does your indestructible thing work? Okay, you can just gain indestructible. Only get the plus as long as you attack. Actually, I'm just going to hold back. I think if I win this game, I'm going to win this game in overwhelming fashion, not just by a little bit. Okay, what's this? Oh, this is the City's Blessing thing. Sure. My opponent's on 4/8 permanents. I lose the Cavalier of Thorns. Which is annoying, but I might just stabilize next turn. Guess you becoming indestructible is a bit of a problem, huh? Can't really block that. I'm just eating that damage. Okay, so Llanowar Elves is free due to Nykthos just adding an additional mana for me paying it. And this is 7 mana. We'll Storm. Okay, I do get a Cavalier. Take a Cavalier. And I think I'm just going to play a Karn as a distraction. Alright. Get a Lair of the Hydra into play. Minus this Karn. Yes, I'll pick up like a Sky Sovereign here, I think. And call it a turn. But I think I'm still just like dead in the air. I haven't mapped it out. But I assume this thing is about to get the City's Blessing or whatever. Champion of Dusk. You draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of vampires you control. Sick. I love this. That's a lot, though. Like, that is a lot of life/damage. Oh, okay. Cool. Not dead. Not dead is nice. Alright, let's see where this goes. There's 10 mana. Go ahead and flash that back. Oh, that was actually exceptionally bad. Wow. I will just take the 2 forests. Okay. So let's go ahead and Sky Sovereign. And I'll use that to kill one of the flyers. Play a tapped Overgrown Tomb. I guess I will just, like, Karn plus on this. It is still summoning sick. Alright, I have a pretty respectable board. I don't know what my opponent's options are. Okay, so opponent gets a card from that. That's cool. Opponent can attack with 3 or more creatures. Ooh, that's a lord. This really just refueled my opponent's hand. What is that? Pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any spell, use it for vampires. Okay, cool. Alright, opponent is attacking with a 6/6. I guess I'll block. Wait, what are they attacking? They're attacking my Karn. Actually, if they're just attacking my Karn, I probably just let that go. Yeah, I'll let that go. I have another. Alright, what is this? Beginning of each player's upkeep. If you have no cards in hand, you draw a card and lose a life. Okay, sure. That does have Madness, which synergizes with the blood tokens on this. Okay. Let's see where the turn goes, huh? Let's play Storm the Festivities. Okay, there's a Kiora, and I guess a Sylvan Caryatid. Okay. I'll untap the Nykthos. Go ahead and just make a land tap for more. Oh, right, I have floating mana. I didn't really need to do that. Alright. Make a bunch of green. Play Storm the Festivities. All kind of whatever. Let's go Oath of Nissa. Roll. Alright. Draw a card. Alright, I'll get a Kiora. So I'll go up to 5 mana. Play a Cavalier of Thorns. I draw a card. It's another Storm the Festivities. Put a land into play. 1, 2, 3. New Kiora. Keep this Kiora. This is silly. This is absolutely silly. 2 mana. Activate Nykthos for 20 mana. Storm the Festivities. I'll pick up a Troll and I guess a new Nykthos. Keep the untapped one. Draw a card. A new Lair of the Hydra. This is not legendary. Let's Storm for 10 mana. This is so ridiculous. Alright, Cavalier, Elvish Mystic. Okay. Draw a card. Missed on land there. That's okay. Use a floating mana for Oath of Nissa. And pick up an elf. Play an elf. Nykthos for 28 mana. Karn. Karn minus. Yes. The backside of this do? Return up to 2 creatures or planeswalkers or whatever to hand. Let's do that. Sort of burst. I'll get a Cavalier and I guess a Karn. Do that. Gain some life. Play Cavalier. I have like fucking 13 cards left in my deck. This is very silly. Alright, put a land into play. Now I have a Storm the Festivities in my graveyard that I can cast. Okay. I'll put a Nykthos and an Elvish Mystic into play. Okay. Keep an untapped Nykthos. 2 mana, up to 34. Play a new Karn. Keep the new one. Minus. Yes. Oh, I can just keep doing that, because that goes to exile. But I think I'm ready to just grab, like, Meteor Golem here. Play Meteor Golem. I have to figure out what I'm destroying. Kind of just want to destroy this card advantage engine here. But destroying Lords is probably good. Let's just destroy Edgar. You can do that whole transform thing, that's fine. Let's crew this. Get that out of the way. Play a new Karn. Keep the new Karn. Minus, yes. Pick up the Cauldron. Do Restorative Burst. Pick up a Karn, like a Nissa here. Alright, cool. Alright. Play a Nissa. Play a Lair of the Hydra. I'm going to give haste to a Lair of the Hydra. And then funnel a bunch of mana into it, I guess. Okay. That's a 14/14. Let's send in with a bunch of creatures. And now I'll go ahead. Yeah, okay. There we go. This is very silly. Again, kind of like last round, I think I want Hunt the Hunter. To kind of remove some of my opponent's creatures. This deck is nutty. This is just, like, very fun. Not sure what to board out. I respect Kiora a lot more now, like, seeing how it lets you untap the Nykthos mid-combo, like, after finding it with Storm the Festival. I can probably go down on, like, Oath of Nissa. Like, I'd rather play Elves and Mana Acceleration early anyway. This hand's probably fine. Like, I don't have the turn 1 Mana Dork that I would like, but Oath of Nissa can help me find more Mana Acceleration or a Nykthos. Or it can get taken, whatever. Although, honestly, there's a lot of different ways to attack this. Excuse me. There's a lot of different ways to attack this hand. Yeah, like going for the Mana Acceleration is totally reasonable. So I'm going to try to Oath of Nissa and try to find a Mana Dork to play next turn. Fail. I'll get a Troll then. Also, I might need to actually stack my cards on the bottom of my library in an order. Because, like, it kind of looks like I'm going to get to the bottom of my library some real portion of the time. Let's bottom that. Card's surprisingly annoying. Okay, so this makes the little vampire Nighthawk. Oh no, this is the show and tell one. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's cool. Alright. Cool. So this turn plays itself, and then from here I'll have some real options. And this lifelink is just legit. Like, my opponent's gonna plus on this champion and, like, just gain 5 life. Oh no, okay. Sure. I probably just have to block here, right? Like, my devotion count doesn't currently matter. My life total does. Although I can take 4 and then just fight it on my turn. Might just do that. This is a lot of damage, though. What's the follow-up? Okay. That's the card draw one. Yeah, opponent's deck is super cool. Nykthos. Alright. So my Nykthos is +1 mana right now, so I can go up to 5 mana. I think I'm in bad shape, and accordingly, I'm going to do something that's a little risky. There's 4 or 5 mana. I'm going to play the Cavalier of Thorns, looking for an untapped green source. Okay, hit. And now I can play Hunt the Hunter. And kill probably just the largest creature on raw stats. Although there's a number of annoying creatures here. Wait. It fights target green creature an opponent controls? Not target creature. Not target creature. Okay. I did not expect that card to be that narrow. Huh. Well, that's an embarrassing mistake. What would that have been instead? Oath of Nissa. Okay. Really? Target green creature? Alright. Like, I can kill you. You can become a 5/6. Jesus. How do I get myself out of this mess? This being a 5/6 is just, like, super bad for me. I can straight up trade here. Do this. That would be exactly 9, though. I need to block more damage than that. That'll do. Oh, wait. Did that leave me in lethal range of this? I think that left me in lethal range of Sorin Lightning Bolt. So that was wrong. Alright. Okay, yep. And yeah, that kills me. Yeah, I blocked wrong. I just realized that a fraction of a second too late. All right, let's get those Hunt the Hunters out of the deck, shall we? Shall we? Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye. Hello. Sideboard 0 cards. Deck's perfect. I will keep this hand. I need more lands, but I think with the things that I have at my disposal here, it probably works out okay. Like, I can just go this into Llanowar Elves, and then go Oath of Nissa into land, into Wolf Willowhaven next turn, or something approximating that. Okay, no Thoughtseize this time, but a more aggressive start. Okay, cool. So I can go 2 mana, play the Haven. This is just an additional, right? Yeah. So I can go 2 mana on the same land. And then next turn I can get real cute with Kiora. Which I very much like. Okay. Oh. That's pretty good. But, like, I can just top deck some sort of, like, Storm the Festivities level card. And be pretty okay. Yeah. So, like, I am a little reliant on, drawing something good that qualifies. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nissa. This is turn 3. Plus on this land. Tap it. Play Kiora. Play an Oath of Nissa. I'll just grab a forest here. This is just turn 3. Play forest. Untap this. I will just crash in with it. And I'm pretty well set up to just, like, take over this game. A land destruction spell, like, or, like, creature removal spell from my opponent would be pretty good. Yeah, that does it. Oh, okay, they're just going for that. That's a lot of self-damage on this board state, though. I thought they were immediately going to sacrifice this creature to blow up this land. Like, that's where I thought we were going. Yeah, so I think I am going to tap for a mana. Oh, on target non-creature land. I see. All right, so I can go 1, 2, 3. Untap that. Plus on a land. 5. New Nissa. Keep the new one. Plus on a land. Just attack in all at my opponent. I'm gonna attack in all at opponent. Thorin's okay. I don't know, maybe I have to kill that. But it feels like I've got a pretty strong advantage going right now. I don't know, like maybe I poke and kill this because of the lifelink. Okay, that's fine. Might have gotten impatient here. Okay. We're going for a sacrifice, killing one of my creatures. Going down to 5. Okay. I can Nissa plus again. And just keep turning these into creatures. Can't get lethal this turn. Really need a spell. Maybe I should have killed this. Like, these killing my lands for sacrificing creatures is not great when my opponent has cards like this. There is also a world where I just get up to Nissa -8 and then these things are indestructible. Ooh, that's not good for me. But yeah, an opponent can sacrifice that and then it just, like, immediately comes back in the other form too. Not great for me. Okay, that transforms Legion's Landing. Where are these going? Nissa is being attacked by all of the creatures. Okay, I think that happens. Oh, shoot. I did not realize both of my planeswalkers being attacked there. Nissa, who shakes the world, is being attacked by 1, 2, 3 creatures. My Kiora died as well. I'm not sure how that happened. Yeah, I think I'm going to come up just short here. Yeah, I think I underestimated that Sorin. Okay. So, oh geez, another Champion of Dusk. Alright, opponent is back to 7 cards. Like, they're at a low life total, but then my opponent is just going to, like, give one of these lifelink and probably run away with the game. Yeah, I'm, like, damn close to dead. Okay. Yeah. I don't know exactly how I steal this game from here. Like, I definitely underestimated this, for not killing it. Yeah, I'm dead. I still don't understand how my Kiora died, though. Alright, I've got mana acceleration here, and I've got some payoff. I'll be keeping this. Not quite to 5 mana yet, but I expect that I can get there. I will say one thing that I'm enjoying about Pioneer is I feel like there's a very good diversity of decks. I haven't played against the same things very many times yet, which is refreshing. What colors is this? Blue, red. Okay. So let's go Kiora. All right. That's a no. So much for that. I was planning on like just Kiora into free Elvish Mystic, and then that would have gotten me to 5 for next turn for Cavalier. Very much not the case. I'm potentially playing against some blue-red control deck of some kind. Okay, sure. You have a shock effect for my Elvish Mystic. Lightning Axe. My opponent discarded... Oh no, this is not one of the ones that gets bigger. Never mind. Alright. Elvish Mystic. Got 3 of a kind brewing over here. But I'm very much on the back foot. Like, I've lost 2 mana sources so far. Like, counting Kiora as a mana source, because it, like, kind of is. What is this? Okay. Yep. Alright. Good card is good. So my opponent will probably use this to try to hit their land drop this turn. River Glide Pathway, that's this, that's that. Okay, cool. Don't kill my elf. My elf has so much to live for. So much to live for. No. Okay. So I'm kind of stuck for the time being. I have so much gas for a little bit later. But we'll see. Like, damage might be done in terms of tempo. My opponent has gone down a few cards in order to play Lightning Axes as removal spells, but they've gone up a few cards from expressive iterations, so that kind of comes out in the wash. Thing in the Ice. That is particularly good against me being stalled on mana here. But what else did this have? Because I think I played against something like this before. Was it Sprite Dragons, or was that a different deck? I played against, like, a deck with Sprite Dragon, and I don't think it was Glorybringer, but it was some sort of, like, Treasure Dragon. Unsure. Things have blurred together a little bit. I absolutely might just get hit for 7 right now. Even if I don't, like, my play is just Old Growth Troll. And then, like, Thing in the Ice just flips next turn instead. Okay. Sure. Arclight Phoenix. That's right. That's what the other threat was. Armod's Crypt in my board. Yes, it was Grafdigger's Cage. Okay. The Thing in the Ice is about to flip. Means if I can just get some value off of a Karn, that's probably not the end of the world. So I think I am going to go Karn minus and just straight up pick up the land so that, like, next turn I have guaranteed. Well, actually, I don't have guaranteed 5 mana next turn because, like, my Llanowar Elves is getting bounced. Okay, that's fine. 5 mana. Oh my god. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Alright. Who designed this card? I just want to talk. Okay. Tormod's Crypt and Grafdigger's Cage. I probably still just leave those in the sideboard, unfortunately. I could board in something like Damping Spheres. Make it harder to flip a Phoenix. But, like, that definitely stops me from going off. I think I am going to sideboard 0 cards while on the play and maybe think about Damping Sphere on the draw. Okay, so turn 2, Wolfwillow Haven. Turn 3, have 3 mana. Play Kiora, untap this for 2 mana. I think I keep this. If I draw a land in a couple of draws, this is pretty good, but this hand won't be particularly good against Thing in the Ice. Like, there's that. I guess, like, my opponent also has things like Spell Pierce, so, like, I can get disrupted This is not guaranteed by any means. Okay, that's just to consider. That's fine. I mean, it's fine unless the card that they mill is Arclight Phoenix. Is a temporal trespass. Yeah, that is not a card you want in your opening hand. That's a card you want to draw on like turn 5 and then just end the game. Alright. 2, 3 mana, Kiora. Untap this land. Go up to 3 total mana. Play a troll. Draw a card. The good news here is my Planeswalker is not currently getting checked. Would love to draw Nykthos. Like, not only is making my land drop good, being able to untap that is good, and then Nykthos would allow me to rebuild faster after Thing in the Ice flips. Which potentially just happens next turn. What does Karn have that can mess with Thing in the Ice? Meteor Golem, Sky Sovereign. Probably not getting to 9 mana next turn. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe with a Nykthos. Okay. I think I'm just going to go for Cavalier of Thorns. Untap this immediately. 4, 5. Attempt this and just try to put another land into play. Alright. Draw my card. Another Cavalier. Okay, I hit a Nykthos, which is fantastic. But I've used Kiora for this turn. So that's just where I'm at for now. When it goes to 14. So I probably get my board bounced. And Kiora dies to the Thing in the Ice attack. And then I'll try to rebuild. I'd like to draw more land. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just start by playing a Cavalier. I might be able to do better than that. If I'm willing to incur risk. I'm willing to incur risk. I just go 5, Nissa. Untap, 3 mana, Kiora, untap, Old Growth Troll. That's actually probably pretty good. But counter spells as well as lightning bolt type effects will be good against that, so I'm not sure that I want to do that. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, the second Thing in the Ice is pretty brutal here. Now that this thing has flipped, my Karn isn't going to immediately answer it. This is bad. So, goodbye, Kiora. Also not really the land I want. So I guess my opponent did tap out. Meaning it's not crazy to attempt this. Alright, do that. There's 3 mana. That gets me Kiora. Actually, I should probably just play the new Nykthos now. No, I shouldn't. Alright, there's Kiora. Minus. Untap this permanent. There's 3 mana. There's a new Nykthos. Turn that into 5 mana. That'll give me Cavalier of Thorns. Draws me a card. I'll put an Overgrown Tomb into play. And I've already played my land drop. Okay, I've already played my land drop. I rebuilt really well. Now, opponent can just, like, bounce my entire board and hit me for 14 and just, like, absolutely fuck me, but here's to hoping that does not actually happen. Opponent has 6 cards in hand. It's relatively likely to happen. Thing in the Ice is particularly good against, like, me trying to get all of these green pips into play. Not for my stuff getting bounced. I would have done some cool stuff with Karn in that turn cycle. Yeah. This is the sort of thing why, like, I wouldn't have gone for that line if my opponent didn't tap out. Jesus, temporal trespass is bullshit. Yeah, I'm just dead. So opponent hits me for 14, takes their extra turn, hits me for another 14. Okay, I don't like that card. Pop quiz, hotshot. Know what the 2 sexiest words in the English language are? That's right. Dealer's choice. If you want to support my content and kind of let me do my own thing, please consider doing a Dealer's Choice donation deck list where you let me just find something fun and spicy to play on my channel while financially supporting some sick content. All right, that's it. That's the plug. Back to the show. Alright, I'll be keeping my opening hand. What are we in, round 4 now? Yeah, round 4. Um, I am, like, 5% too action light for my liking, but, like, I'm on the draw, so that probably works itself out pretty quickly. Wonder if we're playing against the same deck that I just played against. Seems likely. I think I'm not worried about the Arclight Phoenix side of the deck, and I'm terrified of the Thing in the Ice side of the deck. I think that's roughly where I'm at. That feels like Spell Pierce to me. Not play the Oath of Nissa into Spell Pierce immediately. Okay, sure. This is of the puzzle. Alright, so Fiery Impulse, the land, and Galvanic Iteration went to that. Okay, so opponent just, like, gets a Time Walk for 3 mana next turn. Or maybe not next turn, the following turn. 6 cards in graveyard. Alright. Pay some life. Play Karn. Immediately minus. Grab a Tormod's Crypt. Just pay very careful attention to number of cards in opponent's graveyard. So there's 6 currently. Okay. Not doing a good job on Devotion this game. They have played a land already. So they cannot go up to enough mana sources to cast this because it does require triple blue. So I think I'm just going to play kind of like super conservatively here. Go yes. Grab a Grafdigger's Cage. Play that. And then this stops the Phoenixes. And I'll play an Oath. I am fine with just getting another Karn. Play Lair of the Hydra. Play another Elvish Mystic. Okay, so they're going to loot with that. That's fine. Oh, wow, they're just conceding. Hell yeah. Okay. So of note, creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. So, like, that will make my, Storm the Festival worse. Like, that's something to keep in mind, but hopefully if I have Grafdigger's Cage going, that doesn't matter too much. I kind of feel like opponent just, like, fizzled out there. Like, if they had found a Thing in the Ice, for example, life just would have been bad for me. I will keep this hand. If the Elvish Mystic dies on turn 1, it's not great for me. If it dies after that, I think I'm okay with it. Alright. So I'm not going to have my creature just, like, immediately removed. It'll at least take some mana on my opponent's turn, which is nice. I'm more afraid if they just, like, remove that on turn 1 and then just play Thing in the Ice on turn 2 immediately. And the good news is I still have the Elvish Mystic. Alright, so Kiora, minus, untap a land, play an Oath of Nissa, hit a Troll. That will at least draw me a card. But, like, I am very much afraid of this Thing in the Ice. It doesn't flip this turn, but it can next turn. And that won't be great for me. Alright. Cantripping 4/4 is decent, but Thing in the Ice is very dumb. And my Nissa's not even really good here, because I don't want my lands to get bounced to my hand. Yeah, these Thing in the Ice draws are not good for me. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, like I can play this. It's just so likely to die. And like that, what is it, Temporal Trespass card is just brutal. Alright, so let's make a forest tap for more. Or not. Okay. I mean, that's not hitting a Planeswalker or equivalent. I'll call that a win. But I'm going to lose Kiora and be facing down a 3-turn clock from there. Ugh. Alright. So opponent has Otawara and Steam Vents, I guess. Life is bad. I can try to do something broken next turn, I guess. I think there's just too much risk in playing a Nissa this turn. I'm taking 7. If my opponent takes an extra turn here. Okay, they did not. Opponent found a lightning axe, though. And an expressive iteration. Okay, so I assume they're going to lightning axe my troll here. Yeah. Alright. I'll turn this into an aura. How does this work in terms of devotion pips? Okay. When it dies, if it was a creature returned to the battlefield, it's an aura enchantment. Okay, so that does count towards devotion pips. Understood. Alright. So, 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana, Nissa, taps for 2, taps for a lot, play a Kiora, play an Elvish Mystic, plus on, I think, a Lair of the Hydra, because I can turn that into a creature that's slightly larger using my mana. So then I'll hit in for 4 this turn instead. Okay. I officially have distractions in play. Although opponent can just, like, attack me and time walk, and life's not great. So I can chump attack, or chump block, rather. Yeah, if opponent's attacking my Nissa, I will absolutely chump block with an elf. And, see where this goes. Okay. Good card is good. I need to keep this thing in mind. Artifact, creature, enchantment, planeswalker. Okay, sure. So now they are out of Otawara mana range. Okay, a new thing in the ice. That's decently scary. Let's see where this card goes. Keep one of those. New Nissa? Take a new Nissa. I will go. Guess I can play this land drop. Don't need to tap that yet. I'll go green mana. I do need to tap that. Green mana, there's 8. Plus that on a forest. Make another creature that can attack. Then play new Nissa. Keep new Nissa. Plus on a new forest. Then pump the rest of this into Lair of the Hydra for 7. And send it. Okay. So there's 9 damage, putting opponent to 1. Do I want to Kiora untap this land? Probably. Just in case. Feels like I've got this one outside of, like, maybe Time Walk effects. Could be really good. Fine. Okay, and there's the concession. GG's. Okay. Do I like this hand if I hit a land with Oath of Nissa? Go Oath, second land, Sylvan Caryatid, or Wolfwood Haven, and do Kiora untapping. I think I'll just mulligan so that I don't run into the chance of just, like, not playing Magic. I'm gonna keep this. I think I'm actually gonna pitch the Karn. Like, Karn's fine, but, like, when you look at the things I can get, they're just okay. They're not, like, absolute all-stars like they are in Legacy, where, like, it's like, oh, liquid metal coating, like, you're locked out of the game. There's just, like, not things of that power level. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Oath. Alright. The second time around, I'll take the Karn, you know? I'll do it. There's Sylvan Caryatid. And I just have Karn next turn. I don't really know what to do with it versus just, like, Reading Pool. I guess I'll find out. I guess, like, step 1 is, like, even see if this resolves. Alright. Step 2 is minus and figure out what the F I'm doing. They're just God Pharaoh statue. Get God Pharaoh statue. I don't know if this attack is free or not. I don't want to, like, randomly run into a flash creature. Man, I feel smart. So I think if my opponent is playing green, that means they're likely playing something like Collected Company. That's my experience in other formats. All right. Goodbye, Karn. Hello, God Pharaoh statue. So this is worth 1 life at each one of my end steps, and my opponent's spells just got a lot more expensive. They're hitting land drops, so they can still play stuff, but I've slowed down their decks significantly. Now, I do very much need to top deck something relevant. Hold on. I just missed a Lair of the Hydra attack by hitting the wrong button. Oh, that is what it is. That's a lot of damage that I just missed. Like, it's super relevant. That was an attack for 5 that I just missed. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. Why don't you reach? Alright. Okay, yeah, this is the sort of shit I'm looking for. So, land drop, and this has reach. So there's Cavalier. Alright, good. There's a forest. So I can pump 3 mana into the Lair of the Hydra. And attack with 2. No, that doesn't really get me anywhere. Alright, little drain. See if my opponent has something cool for end step. Spell Queller, yep. So, this Shacklegeist is rough. The ability to just, like, tap down my 1 blocker. Probably just means I die in the air. 3, 6, 9, 10 damage this turn. Well, my opponent might not attack with all of it. They might leave 1 back for Lair of the Hydra. This shit can happen. Alright, I'm taking 6, and I'm just dead next turn. Alright. I'll play this out in case I need to play around some soft counterspell or something. Alright. Here we go. That's not what I'm looking for. And I can't flash it back here. Yeah, that doesn't quite do it. I'm just dead. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, okay. I am just dead in the air here. So I missed a little bit of damage, but I don't think I was winning that hand. I didn't know what my opponent was playing when I fetched this. If I knew the matchup, like if I knew what the matchup was, I probably would have just gotten Sky Sovereign to kill one of my opponent's creatures. Yeah, is this just like a 0 sideboard cards deck? Like my opponent's creatures would still be 3/3s. I can't really do that. And opponent's creatures aren't green. Yep, I think this is just a try to be faster than them. Okay. Will I believe in the deck to find a win condition? I believe I will. Because, like, it's a lot of hits. Like, basically anything from there on is fine. I think I'm good with that. Like, I get like 4 turns to draw a win condition. Like, that's totally reasonable. Okay. Mana. So I'll Haven on that. 2 mana. Haven on that, and I'll stack up 1 land for the sake of things like Kiora that untap. And see what my opponent can do. Fine. That's more mana. Alright. 2 mana. This thing. 4 mana. Very added. Very added. So I can start paying 5 mana to make a 2/2 wolf if I need to. But like I'm really trying not to do that with my life. Is this the one that grows? Yeah. Reduces costs and gets a temporary buff. Okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Storm. Hey. Cavalier for sure. Kiora and Karn are similar. I think I'm going to take Karn. Like, the Kiora, if it goes well and I hit, is better. The Nykthos. That's real good. So that's 2 mana. Up to 9 mana. Karn minus. Yes. Get Sky Sovereign. Play Sky Sovereign. Gonna use that to kill Shacklegeist here. I think I care about the tapping more so than anything else. Opponent should have tapped my Cavalier in response to that. I'll play out an elf. Call it a turn. Alright. Feel like I've got this game pretty handily. That's fine. And that's good. You're going to make suicide attacks in on the Karn. You are not. Okay. So let's do this Nykthos thing. 12 mana. Storm the festivities. I guess technically I should have activated Karn first, huh? Alright. Take Kiora and the Troll. And then draw a card. Cavalier is great. Go ahead and... I don't really need to untap the Nykthos. Not yet, anyway. Let's see where that goes. Draw a card. It's a Troll. Okay, yeah, opponent is done with me at this point. That's fine. I was gonna get to attack in junk this thing. Minus Karn for something. I would have ended up pretty far ahead. Opponent's board was good, though. Again, I'm not really in the position to sideboard here. I think this hand is going to be similar to last time, where I just, like, keep it and believe in my deck to draw a true win condition. Oh, what do you have for turn 1? Ah, that makes sense. This is non-creature? No, it's instant or sorcery. Okay, that's better for me. Alright. Elf. Probably have to take damage off this Shockland. Like, the Shockland is only in the deck to technically cast the front side of that, which is not really something that I am expecting to do. Alright. Shock. 2 mana. Hollow. 2 mana. Elf. Elf. And then next turn I have Cavalier. And we'll just kind of see how aggressive opponent's draw is. So they just have a Lord. They start smacking me around pretty good. I guess I'm most worried about Shacklegeist that can just tap this down. I can kind of ignore a Spell Queller type card. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cavalier. Counter target spell with mana value 4 or greater. That's not great for me. I am going to just continue to play Mana Dorks, because I think if I win this game, I will win by large amounts, not by 2 damage. Like, I am at 14 already, soon to be 11 or potentially less. Like, I'm not winning this game on aggro, I'm winning this game on stabilizing the board. Alright, so attempt another Cavalier. Alright, fantastic. Eh. Alright. I'll play a Troll. It could get Spell Quellered. Does get Spell Quellered. Okay. No attack. So, I have a creature with reach. Shacklegeist can get that out of the way, though. So that's the card that I'm hoping my opponent doesn't have. Now they can... Oh, geez, that's even worse. So they can tap Shacklegeist and Supreme Phantom to do that, and then bash in for all but 1 of my life. Alright, I need, like, the most broken turn ever here. Not on no outs, but it's close. Old Growth Troll. No, I needed one of these. Alright, I am dead. I can attack for 8. But then I'm, like, very much dead in the air on the backswing. Well, damn. Alright, so we end up 2-3 in the league. Overall thoughts on the deck list. This is powerful. Like, this is a well-oiled machine. I like it quite a bit. I do not understand what the Kenrith's transformations in the sideboard are for. Like, maybe it's more degenerate creatures than what I am currently seeing, but it doesn't feel like I actually sideboard those. And now that I know that Hunt the Hunter is green creatures only, it feels like that is specifically targeted for a mirror card. This is a deck that I would expect on average to do better than 3-2 with. Like, this deck felt really, really good. I like it quite a bit. I learned some little things quickly in terms of optimization, and I sped up my play a lot after playing, like, literally just 2 games with this. But there's a lot there. I think this is a deck with a high skill ceiling that is just, like, objectively powerful and has some broken draws. I feel like I need a little more time to figure out, like, what is acceptable in terms of mulligans. And I feel like I need a little bit more time to just kind of internalize some of the like more complicated lines. But I like this deck a lot. I don't think it is fair for me to critique the sideboard. Like this was I think like a challenge winning deck list or something like that. So like this is obviously there for something. I just don't know what that something is. Let me know in the comments if you do know, because I don't. Yeah, I will say Karn is less powerful in this format, but like I still just absolutely get why it's there. Like fishing out the Tormod's Crypt or Grafdigger's Cage were pretty good versus the like Arclight Phoenix deck, and the Sky Sovereign did take over a couple of games, and like Meteor Golem, like it's expensive, but like sometimes you need a Spina Isha to just do the job. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click the like button. It helps out a lot. If you want to see one of your own decks on the channel, or you want to try out this deck list for yourself, that information, as always, is available in the video description. Have a great rest of the day. See ya!